Remember that tune we were listening to earlier? I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. I think that would be great with the whole band. Just in the middle of some bar somewhere, just bust that out and see who knows it. Yeah. Rabbi, you want to say anything at the top, or you just want to get it? I like it. It's not going to get itself. That's true. Does that sound okay out there to y'all? Can y'all hear that all right? I'm going to need, I guess I'm going to need a volunteer to come work the table. Oh, Mika's going to do it? Yeah. Come on down. Come on down. Yeah, we're going to light this candle all over town. Well, come on down, come on down. We're going to light this candle down. A couple of introductory blessings here before we get into Havdalah. We make separation from Shabbos. Don't light it yet, because it's going to be burning for a hot minute. I want to tell you, do you need to say anything at all? I don't want to jump.
Hey, Joe Buchanan, Temple Kol Ami.
That's not what I was talking about. I was at the URJ biennial a number of years ago, and it was a hot minute ago. It was a long time, and we just looked up the definition of hot minute, didn't we? Earlier. We go way back. We've done a lot of stuff together. We really have. Anywho, I'm up there, and we made a blessing. We thanked God for the spices, right? But there was one spice box for 5,000 Jewish people in this room. That's a lot of folks. Come on, hey, we saved every seat for y'all. Thanks for being here. So I'm looking around. I'm like, I need some spices. I just thanked God for something that I'm not currently using, right? We thank God for something. We use the thing we're thankful for. It's like when you say hamotzi, right? You take a bite of the bread. Otherwise, you're saying, oh, thanks, God, that's awesome, and putting it on a shelf. Yeah, oh, yeah, it's great. It's just what I wanted, right? We don't want to be disingenuous. So I'm looking for spices. A rabbi buddy of mine holds up a pack of cinnamon Trident gum, shakes it, smells it, hands it to me, and she's like, it's fine. So we could always tell where the gum was because you could hear laughter in the room and this massive auditorium. So if you were there at that biennial in Orlando and you're wondering, why were people cracking up during Havdalah? Cinnamon Trident gum is wild. All right, let's do it. Let's go ahead and light this thing. We're going to say a few blessings here, then we're going to walk through it. We'll say a blessing over the wine. We're going to say a blessing over the spices. We're going to say a blessing over the fire. Some people say light. Some people say flame. I like fire. You do you. Find what feels good. Fire reminds me of creation. It's intense, a little dangerous. We used to tell everybody, hold the, we'd be like, okay, everybody close your eyes, except whoever's holding the candle. Keep them wide open. Okay, I just want to make sure we're good. Hinei Yeshuati Evtak Belo Evchad Ziva Zimrat Ya Adonai Vahi Lili Shua HaMelech Ya Anenu Veyom say the blessing over the wine first, but we're not going to drink it yet. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Don't drink it yet, but we remember to give a real big amen. Amen. There it is. Ah, beautiful. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei mineves amen. We're going to go ahead and smell those spices. Remind ourselves of the sweetness of life. Console our souls with the passing of Shabbos. The sweet, gentle reminder, it's going to roll right back around again, right on time, and we're going to give a big hey! Amen. There it is. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei meoreh ha'esh. You can go ahead and let the shadows dance across your palm. If you're lucky enough to have fingernails, let them glide that light shine between your fingernails or through your fingers or whatever feels good. Remember to give a big old hey! Amen. We're going to double down on that amen. Amen. You know how it goes. Amen. Yeah. Y'all sound so good. Amen. One more time. Amen. Amen. Ooh, amen. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamavdil ben kodesh v'chol ben olachoshech ben Yisrael la'amin yeah ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yamei hamaseh Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil ben kodesh lechol amen 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 yeah woo amen 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 ooh amen amen amen. Because we want to hold on just a minute more. I want to hold on for a minute more. I want to hold on for a minute more. I can see the stars and I'm coming through the door. But I want to hold on for a minute more. 'Cause I close my eyes only for a moment and the moment's gone. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimhira v'yamenu, Ya'avo aleinu, Moshiach ben David, Moshiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. Shavua Tov! Oh, I was going to start off this whole thing by going, Chavez! But you know what? It's a little too late. Actually, you know what? You make $5 all the way through Tuesday, no joke. So I'm going to give you both. First, Chavez! Bringing just a touch of that right tonight. And then a big Shavua Tov! Take y'all on tour. You sound so good. Oh, thanks for being here, everybody. Let me move this thing. It's so funny. My wife goes, you add one more thing to your set up there, and the next thing you know, you're going to be Carrot Top. We're going to have like a big suitcase and pulling puppets out and all kinds of stuff. Let me move this over. I can do this because I'm a professional. I want a shirt, and that's the next shirt. I'm a professional for everybody. So I'm going to play you some Jewish country music tonight. My name is Joe Buchanan. Tour all over the country. We're on the road about 3 weekends a month. This is the pitch, by the way. And we do all Jewish music inspired by the Torah, the conversion to Judaism. I joined the tribe 9 years ago. If you weren't here earlier or online, didn't hear that story, I'll give you the Reader's Digest version of it tonight. This is also my audition, apparently, for a cattle auctioneer. And and then after the show, I got some, there's music out there. Listen, here's the truth, folks. There's a box out there with some CDs in it. You don't need to buy nothing from me. All this stuff is online for free. It's all online for free. I would if you're like, well, I don't know if I want to. Don't worry about that. Just go listen to it. It's free. I wrote it for you. So most important thing for me is that you hear it. So thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for your time. Yeah, well, my better angels may be looking for me. They can find me here at the end of the street, where the broken-hearted people and the long-day folks meet, and nobody's watching what's on TV. It's just, how's it going? How you doing and how have you been? What's been hard for you? It's good to see you again. What's been hard for you? Well, and what can I do? And if you just need a little silence, we got that too. Well, the counters ain't nothing to write home about. They're just made out of wood that was laying about. Well, and nobody's wearing their Shabbos best. They just got on what they got on when they got dressed. And it's, how's it going? How you doing and how have you been? Well, it's so darn good to see you again. What's been hard for you? Well, and what can I do? And if you just need a little silence, we got that too. Well, now, happiness a fickle feeling that comes and it goes. We're chasing it like trying to wrestle shadows. Well, don't spend all your days just chasing dead ends. Make kindness your mantle and seek others, my friend. And it's, how's it going? How you doing and how have you been? Well, it's so darn good to see you again. What's been hard for you? Well, and what can I do? And if you just need a little silence, we got that too. Well, my better angels may be looking for me, and they can find me here at the end of the street. When I first wrote that tune, somebody asked me, they're like, where is that about? Is that about a bar? Is that about a place? And I said, well, it could be about anywhere. Where do you want it to be about? And they're like, that's not an answer, Joe, and that's not okay. Oh, let's do it. I'll tell you what. Little Nigoon in here. Well, I want Hashem, yeah, don't walk with me. I want Hashem, yeah, now don't walk with me. When I'm down, well, on my knees, yeah, I want Hashem, ooh, yeah, don't walk with me. Yada da da, yada da da da. Yada da da, yeah, yada da da da. Yada da, yada da, yeah, yada da da, yada da da da. You can do that if you'd like. By the way, if anything feels good to you and you want to jump in, it don't matter to me. One drop, you do what feels good. Find what feels good. No work for you. If you want to jump in on these yada das and lada das, we call that Heblish. You can do that. Yada da da, yada da da da. You can throw some sauce on there too if you want to. Yada da da, ooh, yada da da da. Yada da, yada da, yeah, yada da da, yada da da da. Let's do that again. Yada da da, ooh, yada da da da. Yada da da, yeah, yada da da da. Yada da, yada da, yeah, yada da da, yada da da da. I want Hashem, yeah, to walk with me. I want Hashem, whoa, yeah, to walk with me. And when I'm down, well, on my knees, yeah, I want Hashem, yeah, to walk with me. 'Cause if you don't love me now, you will never love me again. I can still hear them saying that you never break the chain. Thanks, y'all. I promise you we're not just going to keep throwing in 20-second covers all night long. Oh, Cantor, would you join me up here for a couple of tunes? Oh, my goodness. So when I first joined the tribe, I started writing Jewish music to help me understand the stuff that I was going through. And it was hard. It was like you find out all these things and you understand all of a sudden there's all these misconceptions, things that people don't know about what it is to be Jewish. By the way, spoiler alert, the world has zero clue about what it is to be Jewish. And it ain't the rabbi's job to tell the world what being Jewish is about. That is our job. All of us individually and collectively, it is our job. So I thought one of the things that maybe I could do, if Judaism was doing so much incredible healing for me, maybe it would do some good for others, but how do I communicate that stuff, right? Well, start writing some music about what was happening to me. When I first, and I'll tell you in a little while what the rabbi said to me. If you weren't here earlier, I definitely want to share it with you. And it was like 30 years of therapy all at once, changed my life. And so when I started putting these tunes together, the rabbi said, Joe, you need to write something about the high holy days. I said, well, that sounds great. What should I write? And he's like, that's not my job to tell you. That's also true. He said, write a kid's song. Well, I'm not good at children's music. I enjoy it, but there are people that they devote their time and their lives to doing that. They're the experts. I am not the expert. I'm going to be playing a bunch of it tomorrow morning, but that's not typically what I write, all right, as you can tell. And anywho, but I started putting this tune together, and it quickly turned into a song that I didn't realize I needed to hear. And it's now been used in congregations all over the country for the High Holy Days. People use it throughout the year, and it's amazing. I think, and you write music, you're a songwriter. When you write something that, the hope is that it does some good for others and that it takes on a life of its own and means something special to the person who hears it. You want to know that something did some good. And so I'm really honored that you're up here singing this with me. By the way, every time I sing this with someone, it changes the song a little bit. And that's such a great thing. I love it. I'm here for it.
Having me.
Oh, come on. We're going to do a couple of tunes together. All right, here we go. This is called Return. Let me turn this tuner off. There's nothing rock and roll about having your tuner out. All right, here we go. Well, I will take a long look at me and think about what it is that I see. Have I been good? Woe to you. Did I do all that I said I'd do? Remembering the words that I've used, thinking about the times that I was rude. Well, if I am thankful for this gift, let me say it with deeds and not just lips. It's gonna be a brave new year, starting right now, right here. I will be strong and stand up tall and reach out for others, oh, when they fall. Well, I will rejoice in my faith. Remember that love is why we're made. Be the very best that I can be for the world and for me.
Every day we live our lives. Someday we let ourselves slide and we forget our way. Thankfully it's not too late.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Avinu Malkeinu,
Chonenu Vanenu.
Onenu Vanenu.
I may have done wrong at times, I know, but through my actions I will show. It's gonna be a brave new year, starting right now, right here. Well, I will be strong and stand up tall, reach out for others, oh, when they fall. Well, I will rejoice in my faith. Remember that love is why we're made. Be the very best that I can be for the world and for me. Yeah, Teshuva, Teshuva, return, oh, return. Teshuva, oh, Teshuva, oh, return, oh, return. It's gonna be a brave new year, and it's starting right now, right here. And I will be strong and stand up tall, reach out for others, oh, when they fall. Well, I will rejoice in my faith. Remember that love is why we're made. Be the very best that I can be for the world and for me. Yeah, Teshuva, Teshuva, return, oh, return. Teshuva, oh, Teshuva, oh, return, oh, return. Oh, come on. I got asked by a community to come out and play some tunes for social justice. I said, oh, Joe, come play some social justice songs, at your concert. And I said, that sounds great. I'll do that. We got so many So many good ones, right? If I had a hammer, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So naturally, I did what any songwriter does. I went, look at all these options, and then I wrote one. So, so we did this down in McAllen, Texas. If you've never been to McAllen, Texas, beautiful part of the Rio Grande Valley. All kinds of good stuff down there. McAllen, Texas, they'd love to see you. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great time. So we're going to sing this tune. This is called Better Together. Here we go. Well, we're better together. We choose where we stand. We hold each other hand in hand. We hold the line that we drew in the sand, and we'll make it home safe where it all began. We're better together. We choose where we stand, and we'll hold each other hand in hand. Well, hand in hand. We've been living so long in the shade of this life we want to live. We're thinking about how much we take and how much we give, yeah. This heart we're feeding, well, it's starving for something real. It's about the good you do, not just the good you feel. Well, we're better together. We choose where we stand, and we'll hold each other hand in hand. We hold the line that we drew in the sand, and we'll make it home safe where it all began. Yeah, now we're better together. We choose where we stand, and we'll hold each other hand in hand. Well, hand in hand. Every day is a choice, and every life is a voice, and it rises each day with the sun. We pick the verse and the chorus and the words. We sing it with everyone. But we won't stop reaching no matter how high we climb, 'cause so many more than not free. It's about the good you do, not just the good you see. Well, the mountain smiles on you and me. Yeah, the mountain smiles on you and me. I said the mountain smiles on you and me, 'cause the world was made for you and me. Yeah, we're better together. We choose where we stand, and we hold each other hand in hand. We hold the line that we drew in the sand, and we'll make it home safe where it all began. We're better together. We choose where we stand, and we'll hold each other hand in hand, hand in hand. We're better together, and we choose where we stand, and we hold each other hand in hand. We hold the line that we drew in the sand, and we'll make it home safe where it all began. Oh, thanks, y'all. One more little tune that we've got that we're going to do. This is a song called Home. It's based around the Etz Chaim, and there were so many moments in services that completely rocked my world when I first saw them. When I first saw a group of people do the Shema together. Listen, I've been to a whole bunch of shows where everybody knows the words, right? A bunch of them. And it sounds like everybody's kind of in the same band. Depends on how late into the night it is. Some people may be in 2 or 3 bands trying to play together at the same time. But it was amazing watching a group of people all stand up and do the Shema. Suddenly, it's like they've been singing together for generations, and you could feel it. I mean, I'd never experienced anything like that. And it was the same thing when we put the Torah back. By the way, interesting fun fact before we do this. If you listen to the melody we typically use, right? It's Hayim Hi L'Machazikim Ba. Listen to the Israeli national anthem. You will find strong similarities in that. Maybe tying the Torah to Israel. I don't know. There could be something in there. There's some kind of drash in there. I don't know what it is. I'm not smart enough to figure that out. But I heard that the other day, and I was like, what? That's kind of cool. All right, here we go. This is called Home. It is, yeah. There's a lot of similarities in there. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty cool, yeah. A lot of fun. Here we go. Well, come on back to your father's truth and return to the holy root. Come on back to the wisdom of home and realize that you're not alone. Shine your light like your mother said, for you were there when we were led. And there's a path for us all to see. Just grab that lamp. Well, it's at your feet. It's Chaim Hi L'Machazikim Ba V'Tom Checha Me'usham.
You can hear it, it's in the breeze, a story written in the leaves. Though those branches may wind and weave, it's a tree of life, it's Chaim.
Come on. It's Chaim L'Machazikim Ba V'Tom Checha Me'usham. One more time. It's Chaim L'Machazikim Ba V'Tom Checha Me'usham. Come on in and find a seat. We'll light those lights that usher peace. You can feel it, yeah, well, it's in your bones. It's a growing song. Come on in, it calls you home. Hey, it's Chaim Hi L'Machazikim Ba. Hey, V'Tom Oh, just like that. It's Chaim Hi L'Machazikim Ba V'Tom Checha Me'usham. Just our holy voices. It's Chaim Hi L'Machazikim Ba V'Tom Checha Me'usham. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks a bunch. All right. One of the things you can run into an awful lot, really when you do just about anything, it really happens a lot when you join the tribe, is there's everybody wants to tell you how to be Jewish. Yeah, right? No matter really how long you've been doing it. Whether you're born Jewish or not, like everybody has ideas, right? And I will never forget, I'm good at a handful of things. Small. By welcome, y'all. Thanks for being here. I genuinely mean that. I don't mean that like, well, look who's here. I just meant like, no, genuinely. Thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate y'all. I'm good at a handful of things. I'm especially good at ignoring advice. Good advice and bad advice, much to my own detriment sometimes to my benefit. But you got to know what advice you're supposed to take and what advice you're supposed to go, hey, thanks so much, and then completely ignore it, right? Well, I got really good at hearing a lot of feedback on what it means to be Jewish, and I kind of know sort of what to listen to, and I know when I hear some stuff, and I go, oh, okay, well, all right, how about that? Sounds good. When my wife hears me go, sounds good, she's like, oh, Joe checked out. So this is called Say What You Will. I will tell you there's a bit in here about offense. Now, I'm from Texas, and everybody seems to think that when I talk about offense, they're like, oh, he's talking about the border. I'm not. I'm talking about the fence we build around the Torah, all right? First time I played this, somebody was like, oh, some nice, sneaky political commentary. I'm like, no, you're looking for that. That's not what this is. Sounds good. Somebody asked me on Friday what's in here. It's just water. It's water, B vitamins, and a lot of tequila. No, I'm kidding. No. It's literally B vitamins. It's this stuff called Sneak. Do y'all know what this is? Sneak. Anybody know what G Fuel is? Now I know who the gamers are. You've just outed yourselves. Yeah, so it's kind of like G Fuel. I like it. It's caffeine. I can't drink coffee. I've told too many stories. Let's go. All right, here we go. Well, say what you will. When I say what you will about me, 'cause at least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. Yeah, well, say what you will. When I say what you will about me, at least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. We can be jaded at times, feel faded at times, and be tucked away. We're too far to see. Surrender to our inner lies and not feel the truth of who we're meant to be. 'Cause we're all the beacon of light to the seekers inside. Yeah, they want to be free. Well, say what you will, and I say what you will about me. Oh, and at least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. Yeah, well, say what you will, when I say what you will about me. At least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. So hold on to the tree and all that you do, and be proud of yourself. Always be you, 'cause there's strength in our story and there's strength in our song. We'll be alright in each other's arms. So build your fence, but don't build it so high that you can't see outside. Every soul is a beacon, each spirit a breath. And we give to each other, but we forget what we left. So pray like a child and be the gift that you are. Not each other's judge, but each other's heart. Yeah, we'll say what you will, when I say what you will about me. At least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. One more time, hey! Say what you will, when I say what you will about me. And at least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. I can hear a sound out there. If you're picking this up, I don't know what kind of singer you think you are. We talked about this on Friday, y'all. Whether you're a car singer, a back of the shul cantor, windows down, sunroof back, wailer, whatever kind of singer you are, you got a beautiful voice. And if you want to share that thing, dial it on up to 18. This thing goes to 18. Little Spinal Tap joke for y'all. All right. We'll do a little Jewish Spinal Tap joke. We'll do say what you will 2 times through. Say what you will, say what you will about me, and at least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. Say what you will, yeah, now say what you will about me, and at least I'm trying to be free, just trying to do all that God asked of me. Give yourselves a hand. Y'all sound so good. Oh. All right. It's time to get into the deep end a little bit. Anybody know why we tune? Because we care. It does sound much better. Always gets me whenever I see bands, especially like bands been playing like 3-hour bar sets and whatnot. At some point, something's going to fall out a little bit, and I'm like, y'all, it is okay to stop for a second and adjust. You do not have to power through that business. Trust me, everybody will greatly appreciate it. My guitar comes from deep Houston humidity, and it is very much getting used to this lovely dry air that y'all have here. It's a dry heat. Y'all have never heard that before, huh? Oh, that sounds great. All right, here we go. Let's play some tough tunes. I think if you're going to write Jewish country music, you better be prepared to write some songs that are not easy to take in. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of blues and country music ready in the Torah, just waiting to be written. So I'm going to play you a couple of heavy pieces. We're going to go, and the first one, we're going to go real low. Not vocally, but that, helps accentuate the point I'm trying to make. We're going to get down in the deep end of the pool. And we're going to talk about Noah. That should be a happy subject. But we're going to talk about the people that didn't make it on the boat. Yeah. And, they say that Noah was the most righteous person of his time. What kind of basis of comparison are we talking about? It's not great. Like, substantially not great, right? And it's funny because God's like, hey, build a boat because I'm going to do this thing. And Noah's like, you got it. Not, I'm paraphrasing here. But if you look further ahead, look at Jonah. God says, I'm going to wipe out these folks unless they change their ways. So what happens? Like, doesn't want to go tell the people to change their ways. Finally gets there and says, look, change your stuff. God's super upset and this thing's going to happen. What happens? They change? It doesn't happen. But who does Noah go to? Absolutely no one. Doesn't knock on anyone's door, just builds a boat. And I will tell you, if you can build a boat big enough to hold that many animals, you can sure build some extra crew quarters for some other folks, or at least to say, hey, who wants to change? Can y'all change? Or do like Abraham, right? Absolutely not. I'm not going to do this. Will not the God of justice do right? There are good people out there. Give them a chance. I think that Noah should have been banging on doors. Change your ways. Hold on, God, please. Let me see what I can do. So on the one hand, we celebrate Noah for building the boat, doing as God instructed. But what's the other side of the lesson? There's another part of that, right? And we're going to do a song about Abraham and Isaac in a second. So if you think this is heavy, just like, wait a minute. All right. By the way, I'm super okay with anybody who disagrees with anything that I say. That's who we are. And that's all right. First time I saw somebody argue with the rabbi on Saturday morning, I was blown away. I'm sitting there in services, and the rabbi's like, this week's Torah portion is about so-and-so and so-and-so, and what do you think about that? And I was like, because the way I grew up going to a bunch of churches, there was not an opportunity for dialogue, You listen, and you go, thanks, I'm good, and you go. When this person goes, well, Rabbi, I totally disagree. I think it's about so-and-so. I looked at my wife, and I was like, they're going to toss that dude out of here. Do y'all remember Terry Tate, office linebacker? Back in the day, like that person doesn't recycle, and Terry Tate's like, recycling goes in the recycle bin, Doug, and he like tackles that guy. I was waiting for like Terry Tate, like synagogue linebacker, to come in and take this person out. And afterwards, I asked my rabbi, I said, hey, that was wild, huh? And he goes, what? I said, that back and forth that y'all had? He goes, Joe, that's who we are. I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, if you're not willing to disagree with the stuff that you read and to say, I think God didn't do a good thing here. He goes, you have to be willing to do that. Even if we're not going to agree at the end of it, at least you find a deeper understanding of what's going on, right? We're not going to change what happened in the Torah, but God gives us the A through the Z, but everything in the middle, we got to figure that out. And that's dialogue, discussion, argument, and answers. And that's okay. So, I wrote this song. This is about somebody who is not righteous, but self-righteous. Big difference. Coming to Noah and saying, you got any more room on that boat you got there? Well, I'm a simple man just trying to do the best I can. They tell me the world is gonna end. Somewhere there's a righteous man who got saved by following his God's plan, and we're all gonna drown in our sin. Well, now the water comes steady. Yeah, the water comes steady. Whoa, the water comes steady when the rain come down. It feels so heavy. Well, now the water comes steady. Oh, the water comes steady. Yeah, the water comes steady when the rain come down. It feels so heavy. Ooh, 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 yeah, nah, nah, nah. Noah gonna build your boat, but don't you know the rest of us don't float? I know God gave it to you, but can you use a few more on your crew? And, well, what did my children do to deserve this fate, but not you? Can I get some saving too? Let me pick up my pick. Am I to die for all the killing and the stealing I've done? After all that I've been through, this is the world your God made. Tell me what it got. Expect I would do. Ooh, 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 yeah, nah, nah, nah. So Noah, don't you look at me with those righteous eyes, 'cause you can't see I'm a righteous man too. Well, here it come and drop so hard. Give your family my regards, and I hope your guilt built a good ship too. Well, now the water comes steady. Yeah, the water comes steady. Whoa, the water comes steady when the rain come down. It feels so heavy. Well, now the water comes steady. Whoa, the water comes steady. Yeah, the water comes steady when the rain come down. It feels so heavy. Thanks. Oh, thanks a bunch. I sure appreciate that. Oh, all right, let's do it. Let's get into this tune. So I'm going to play this little song about Abraham and Isaac. And people will tell you that they believe that Abraham passed his test. And I think y'all probably know what I'm talking about. We're talking about the binding, right? Go and bind your son as a sacrifice in the place I will show you, the son you love. What does Abraham do? You got it. It's kind of the same thing that Noah did, right? Yep, build a boat, 10-4. All these people, they're going down. Yep, no worries, I'm safe. He doesn't think that. But Abraham's like, you got it. But it's interesting. This is not who Abraham always was. Look back earlier. Look at Sodom and Gomorrah. God says, I'm going to take these places out. Abraham says, absolutely not. Will not the God of justice do right? There are good people in there. God's like, trust me, I'm God. There are not. And he's like, there are. What if I don't remember what the starting number is, 75, 45. Just gives a number, right? And it's funny, they go all the way down to 10. Right? That's where we get that from, right? It gets down to 10. Surely Abraham's like, there's got to be 10 good people in these two big cities. And it's funny, if you look at it, it doesn't say like when Abraham was done talking to God. It says when God finished talking with Abraham. Clearly God's the one that's like, we're done. This has gone on long enough. Abraham goes to bed believing in the goodness of other people, championing the goodness of other people he hasn't met. What a beautiful thing. Wakes up the next morning, what does he find? Nothing but smoke and ruin. So if you look at the people in the Torah as people, what does that do to somebody? What does that do to somebody's belief in the goodness of others? What does it do? It does a lot. The next town, at some point, Abraham gets in trouble for the whole, Sarah's my wife, not my sister. Why would you tell us this? And it's like, I know no one here loves the Lord. Well, it doesn't know that, but just came from a place where there weren't 10 good people in 2 big cities already now exhibiting this change in behavior, right? People are people. And the folks in the Torah, they made mistakes. They did good stuff, but they made mistakes too. Finally, God says, bring your son, the one you love, bind him as a sacrifice, a place I'll show you. They head on up the hill. Isaac gets bound. Abraham brings down the knife, which was not part of the deal. And God sends a messenger to stop it. Right? And we can say that angels act on behalf of God. They do what's instructed by God. But God doesn't say anything. The angel stops it. Right? And then what happens? God and Abraham never speak again. And they talked all the time. It's even, some people refer to it as a friendship, but they never talk again. Abraham and Isaac's relationship is forever damaged. Sarah dies. All these things, right? It was not, in my opinion, a passing of the test. I think he should have said, will not the God of justice do right? I think it was God saying, are you still the same person that was going to bring all this into the world? Because you have to go through the hard stuff and still be the same person. Abraham's not the same person. Maybe there's a reason we call them the laws of Moses, not the laws of Abraham. Food for thought, I'm a big Abraham fan. I'm a believer. I'm a big fan. But this, I think, is where he made a big mistake. So I'm going to play you a tune about that. If you want to know what kind of heartbreaker this is Isaac looking up at his father, begging him to be the person that he is. I will tell you, there's a bit in here where Isaac says, I know you prayed for the lives of men. And it's not meant to separate, genders or anything like that. It's Isaac referencing sort of himself in his current state. Like, I know you, prayed for people. And that's where that comes from. So. Father dear, why are we here? Way up on with this mountain clear, and did you hear? What was asked of you was a test I fear. Well, mother's waiting in the valley below. She's waiting on us to come home. Please don't go there alone. Well, I know that you prayed for the lives of men and an untold number of sons. Well, there were not 10, no, and there were not 10. But Father dear, well, here is one. Well, fathers, please unbind your sons. Because the pain that you're pouring, they'll drink until they're gone. And you won't see the bruises and you won't see the wounds until you beat it out of them, just like the world did to you. Fathers, please unbind your sons. Well, I remember, oh, not too long ago, you and Mother, you danced across the floor. I thought, God, that's what living is for. Well, you told me how you'd go shake every hand, and once leaving God behind, doing right, it was once on your mind. And I know that you prayed for the lives of men and an untold number of sons. But there were not 10, no, and there were not 10. But Father dear, well, here is one. Well, fathers, please unbind your sons. 'cause the pain that you're pouring their drink until they're gone. And you won't see the bruises and you won't see the wounds until you beat it out of them like the world did to you. Fathers, please unbind your sons. So here we are, and I'm looking at you, and way back in your eyes is the man that I knew. But God lost a friend and a fighter in you, and it breaks my heart, 'cause the world did too. Where are you? Oh, Father, please unbind your son, 'cause the pain that you're pouring out, drink, yeah, till I'm gone. And you won't see the bruises and you won't see the wounds until you beat it out of me, just like the world did to you. Father, please unbind your son. There was a time when you believed in the world. Father, I believed in you. Oh, thanks, y'all. We're going to bring it back up, I promise you. Can we get happy? Let's do that. I'm going to play you a few kind of barroom style tunes. The first one is a song about my home state of Texas. Anybody ever been to Texas? Oh, good. All right. Wow, claps. We don't always get claps in some parts of the country. I appreciate that. We'll tell you the song I'm about to play for you. I can't play it in Oklahoma. They'll run me right out of the state. That's true. I got hired by the El Paso Jewish Federation to play a song for Israel Independence Day. Yeah. The El Paso Jewish Federation called me out. This fella had the most beautiful Israeli accent you've ever heard in your life. His name was Eitan. And he said, hey, we want to hire you for Israel Independence Day. I said, oh, that's super cool. Eitan, thanks, man. He goes, you do Israeli folk music, right? I said, no, I do not. And he goes, that's okay. The rabbi loves your music. I said, cool, great. And I said, have you heard it? He goes, not at all. But the rabbi loves it. I said, how about I'm going to send you some stuff. That's the worst. I don't want to misrepresent it, right? What a terrible thing to do. I don't want to take people's time, or I don't want to give them something for it. So I send off this music to Eitan. I called him a week before the gig. Hey, come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome. I said, Eitan, hey, did you hear it? Shabbos! I said, did you hear it? What do you think? And he goes, I didn't listen to it, but the rabbi loves it. It's okay. So I get out there. I'm in a room with about 500 Jewish folks there at the El Paso Jewish Federation, all celebrating Israel, and me up here having never been. And I said that. I said, I've never been to Israel. You could have heard a pin drop in that room. But sure enough, somebody in the back, I said, however, I have been to Texas. And somebody went, ow, like that. And I was like, wow, either y'all have had enough to drink or you are my people. So I'm going to play the tune I played for them this day. Perfect. All right, here we go. By the way, everywhere you go is holy ground. That's what this song is about. Well, I've never been to Israel, but I floated the Frio River. They don't make hummus at Neil's. They make a mean chicken dinner. Well, them mesquite trees and them singing leaves, well, they always remind me of God. Floating back in tubes, well, it feels so darn good that it might get outlawed. Well, now Texas is like a holy land to me. Oh, but I could live here too. It's a place where the heavens feel close. Yeah, what God told me to see. Well, and if I don't make my way across that sea someday, I'll be glad I lived in Texas, where I first found the real reason to pray. When I was a kid, I was trouble born and trouble dead. No one thought I'd make it to 15. That's true. I was such a mess. What a struggling, well, I did my best. The getting good was getting pretty lean. I believe God's where you are. We met under that lone star between you and God. There ain't no one between. If you're feeling down, well, my friend, just come on down to the state where the name means anything but mean. We added a little verse here for people who have never been, just to give you a taste of that state. Yeah, I like Dallas Nights, I like Austin Loud, I like a buckle at the rodeo, I'm Houston proud. San Antonio's got you beat on the Pico. You can check your mail interlingua in a Speedo. Man, oh man, well that country's fun. From the piney woods to the far west sun, every Robert Earl Keen song is a winner. You can crank it while you're propping up a cooler by the river. Texas, oh Texas, you're like a holy land to me. It's a place where the heavens feel close. Every guy taught me to see. And if I don't make my way across that sea someday, I'll be glad I lived in Texas, where I first found the reason. Yeah, na 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 to pray. Oh, thanks a bunch, y'all. You did so good with that Say What You Will. I want to play what may be the world's first Jewish drinking song. It's not. We have prayer melodies that are based on like 16th century drinking songs. So this is not the world's first Jewish drinking song, but it may be one of the first very intentionally written as a barroom style drinking song. So let me show you the words. It goes like this. This was written in the hallway at a conference. I won't say which one, to protect the innocent. We come walking down the hallway, and some lady goes, it's 2 a.m. Y'all know Rick Wrecked? Okay. I did this whole like live stream like concert with all these Jewish artists in Rick's hotel room. It went on so long. It was a ton of us. And I come walking down the hall at 2 a.m, and this lady goes, hey, are you from Texas? I said, I am. I said, but a lot of places wear hats, but good guess. And she goes, how do you spell whiskey with a W or B? I was like, that's a clever question, right? I said, I'll spell it however you report it. She said, okay. There was a bunch of them. They're from the UK. It's a delegation from the UK. And they poured me a drink. And this one lady said, I've had so much that my tears taste like whiskey. I said, what? A, that's concerning. B, have y'all written that song yet? And she said, what are you talking about? I said, I happen to have this guitar, so we wrote this song. Someday I'm gonna go to the Limud UK, right, at some point, and there's gonna be people that know the words. I'm gonna be like, hey, good seeing y'all again. So let me show you how this goes. Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears made of whiskey. There's good friends right at your side, all singing a song. Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears made of whiskey. And the signs all said that the tish, that's the only word that makes this remotely Jewish, went on too long. You can try that if you're into it. Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears made of whiskey. No wrong way to sing a bar song. There's good friends right at your side, all singing a song. Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears made of whiskey. Oh, I love it. And the signs all say that the tish has gone on too long. Well, I've had so much that my tears, they're tasting like whiskey. I left all good sense right down in the dust. Well, and there's no polish left, and everything's risky. Well, you won't see the diamonds, my friend, but you might see the rust. All right, here we go. Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears whiskey. Oh, there it is. There's good friends right at your side, all singing a song. Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears made of whiskey. And the signs all say that the Tish, well, has gone on too long. I remember the days when things seemed simple. Well, memories taste better with time, is what I've been told. Well, now tonight, when I look around, oh, and the good times they abound. Well, the memories I'm drinking, they taste great, and they never get old. All right, let's do it again. Hey! Well, it's a good night when you can cry those tears made of whiskey. These good friends right at your side, all singing a song. Well, it's a good night when you cry those tears made of whiskey. And the signs all say that the Tish has gone on too long. Yeah, good job. Oh, I was two more tunes for you, and then we're going to wrap it up. I was doing a High Holy Days out in San Mateo, in beautiful California, and a rabbi goes, Joe, before we start, we need to do some Torah study. I said, okay, yeah, sure. We'll go back in the office. Had a nice shot of whiskey. That was apparently Torah study, and said, bring the whole band in. Let's have some Torah study with them. It was okay. It was a great service. It really was. And so now I go, when I travel around, sometimes I'll hear, so a rabbi will say, hey, we're going to have some Torah study. And I'm like, is that what it is? Yeah, come on. Oh, my goodness. All righty. So this was based, y'all want to do something real silly? Super silly, right? Okay, great. I woke my wife up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a terrible idea. Just it sounds like a bad idea, right? Woke her up at 2 a.m. I said, April, I just had the craziest dream. She said, oh, tell me about it. I said, I was on a spaceship with Willie Nelson. And she just looked at me for a long time, and I realized what was happening, right, as her anger mounted. And I said, yeah, that's fair. You didn't need to be woken up for that. And she was like, never do that again. And I was like, right, that makes sense. Yeah, that tracks, 10-4. So I did what anybody does. I went and I wrote a song about it. So this is a song about being on a spaceship with Willie Nelson. Na, 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 na. Make sure we're still in a good key for the night. But I want to show you your part. I don't like pointing at folks. I'm going to point up in the air. And I want you to say, poor Brad. Just try that. Right? Now say it like you know Brad and you have some genuine concern. Now like alarm. One more time as if you know Brad, and Brad should have known better, but we all expected this to happen. That's it. Oh, y'all are great. You know this song. You know all the words. You're amazing. All right. There might be a High Holy Days message in here too. I don't know. Well, I had a dream, and it was pretty darn weird. I guess that's how most dreams go. This one was way out in outer space with a red-headed stranger and a dangerous foe. It was Willie Nelson's birthday, and the party was great, and we all finally shuffled to sleep. But as we slept in our pods, the alarm went off, and the trouble we were in was pretty darn deep. Well, come on, Willie, there's a space monster coming. We gotta go, we gotta head for the door. Created by people with wounded hearts. Well, it got all their friends, and now it wants more. It got real deep all of a sudden, didn't it? As we rounded the corner, there was Brad Pitt, and he was looking a bit at his worst. I said, Brad, what are you doing out in outer space? And he started to speak, but the beast got him first. Come on, Willie, there's a space monster coming. We gotta go, we gotta head for the door. created by people with wounded hearts. Well, it got all their friends, and now it wants more. As we reached the hatch, it was right on our backs, but we escaped out into the sun. Willie looked out and had a great laugh and said, man, I had a good run. How did it start? We asked ourselves in a parking lot made of ice cream. Then Willie looked out like a wise old owl and said, only the wounded will know what it means. Well, come on, Willie, there's a space monster coming. We gotta go, we gotta head for the door. Created by people with wounded hearts. Well, it got all their friends, and now it wants more. That's a true story. I'll never forget that the ice cream planet that we clearly landed on was it was purple ice cream, and it tasted like Earl Grey tea. I do remember that, and probably because I had been to Universal Studios not too long ago, and they got Earl Grey ice cream. You know, I don't know. It's bizarre that happened. Thanks for being part of that. All right, one more tune for you. This is called "Small Town Tonight." We did this on Friday. There's some real Texas just came out. Friday. Yeah, if you ever want to know if somebody's from the part of Texas I'm from, which is kind of central and South Texas, is we tend to not, there's no resolution to the letter I. We don't eat pie, we eat pie. Right? When you go, well, I sure love it. They're like, I? No, I love it. I do. I'm going to check one more time here with this thing, make sure we're in a good spot. Do some tunes for y'all. If you know the words of this tune from Friday, you can jump on in. It's a big world, it's a big world, it's a big world outside of this light. But we're a small town. We're a small town. Small town in here tonight. There's going to be a little lullaby here at the end of this, too, for you. Thank you, guitar. Here we go. Well, it's a big world. It's a big world, and it's a big world outside of this light. That's you. But we're a small town, and we're a small town in here tonight. Y'all sound so good. Let's do it. It's a big world. It's a big world, and it's a big world outside of this light. Yeah, we're a small town, and we're a small town in here tonight. We've crossed the desert, we've been through the sea, we've drifted apart. We've been close as can be, that's appropriate. We've made new friends and new family. We're gathered tonight in peace. Let's do it. It's a big world. It's a big world, and it's a big world outside of this light. Yeah, we're a small town, and we're a small town in here tonight. If you're feeling alone, yeah, well, you're not on your own. We've all been there at times in our lives. So fill up your cup, yeah, come on, raise it up. 'Cause we saved you a place at our side. Yeah, and it's a big we're a small town, and we're a small town here tonight. Many road maps exist. There's a lot of exits. It's okay to get lost on the way. I'm a traveler too, and I'm glad I met you, 'cause it looks like we're headed the same way. And it's a big world. It's a big world, and it's a big world outside of this light. Oh, and we're a small town, and we're a town here tonight. Let them hear you outside. It's a big world. It's a big world, and it's a big world outside of this light. Yeah, we're a small town, and we're a small town here tonight. Yeah, we're a small town here tonight. Whoa, and we're a small town here tonight. You can call on me tonight. Yeah, in Arizona tonight. Yeah, we're a small town in here tonight. Y'all are so sweet. Well, the day is done and the night arrives like a prayer across the sky. Whisper sweet words before we close our eyes and our dreams that take us from the earth. Good night, my love. Good night, my love. Oh, now thank you for the light that you bring. Good night, my love. Good night, my love. Oh, good night, my everything. There's one more song before we close our eyes and we rest from the choices we've made. We thank you, God, for the life we've got. Yeah, for those blessings, the blessings today. Good night, my love. Good night, my love. Oh, now thank you for the light that you bring. Good night, my love. Good night, my love. Oh, good night, my everything. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. I believe the time we have is the time that we have, and that's what we have. And this is a gift. And that rabbi looked me in the eye 9 years ago, and he said, "You want me to tell you what Judaism is all about?" I said, "Yes." He said, "There's one God, and there is nothing wrong with you." He said, "You're loved by your Creator just like this, and you don't got to do another thing. You never had to earn God's love. It's been there since the day you were born, whole and complete." He said, "And you're living the gift, and you got to take good care of it. Do good because it puts good in the world, not for reward. The good in the world is the reward for doing good." So I'm really honored that you shared some of your sacred and holy time with me and allowing me to share some of that with you. It means so much. It feels like family I just haven't met, and I'm really honored to be sharing this lifetime with y'all. Thank you for being here. My name is Joe Buchanan. If I did my job right, it's the first thing that comes up if you Google me. And I'm out there on Facebook and all kind of stuff, and I hope we get to cross paths again. I really do.